美国时事通，我是罗文。
我今天出来采访这个 Joe 是 IT 行业的一个专业人士，我看看普通的美国人他们对目前现状的一些看法。
Hi Joe, how are you doing?
I'm good. How's it going?
I want to know what you think about the current situation. I mean, there was a lot of riots and protests in America. I don't know if that impacted your life, and what do you think about them?
Well, I think it's terrible that our society is engaging in this kind of behavior. I don't think there's anything wrong with a peaceful protest, but when protest turns into violence, looting, people getting hurt or even killed, that there's nothing good about that. Peaceful protest is part of what we are guaranteed by our Constitution. But this whole thing, I believe, has just gotten way out of control. And this is, to me, it's not really about, somebody's rights being overturned or taken away. This is all about trying to create chaos for the current Trump administration to make them look bad in the wake of, pandemic. I mean, I can't think of any one president who has fought off impeachment, seditious behavior, insurrection, with the whole Russia thing. He's fought economy. He's fought off pandemic. I mean, it's just incredible the amount of things that he's had to deal with. And in spite of the fact, our markets still seem to be doing good. And while we are suffering a little bit from the pandemic and a lot of unemployment recently, the outlook still looks strong. The outlook still looks good.
So are you confident in the economics now or future? Good.
I am.
That's good to know. You think most of the Americans think their way, or they think different?
America was built on our ability to be, ambitious. We are optimists. If you work hard, you can get what you want in life. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to work, you're more apt to have a poor life and an unhappy life. So that's
yeah, you make the point. So you think the situation going to continue to go on, or what's going on?
I think it's going to be like this until the election, and then probably after the election.
That sounds very bad because it's going to affect a lot of economics and stuff, right?
Yep, I think so.
That's
not just in this country, but the world, because America is sort of the center of many things, especially economically around the world. So if things aren't good here, you can bet that around the rest of the world, things are also going to suffer.
So if that's the case, how come you think still the market is going to be good? Because it's going to affect a lot of the economics, right?
I think there's a lot of room for opportunity. We're already seeing that in the markets. We just have to overcome some of these situations. But this whole thing with the coronavirus, I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. If we're going to get this economy back, we've got to get back to work. We've got to get this country moving forward instead of sitting around waiting for something to happen that may never even come. I mean, people are talking about some kind of cure or vaccine or what have you. There's no guarantee that that'll ever happen.
Exactly. Since you can go to protest side by side, why you cannot go to your office sitting in your queue?
Exactly. It's very hypocritical, all the policies that are being handed down, especially in in my opinion, these Democratic-controlled states, Democratic-controlled cities. They have very hypocritical policies. And, for any American, hardworking American, we got to get people back to work and start making a living, start living.
Yeah, so I totally agree. But I have one question I think many Chinese probably going to be interested in. So you think the kneel down thing, you see it like Nancy Pelosi and 2 dozen of the Congress people are kneeling down to something. What's the meaning of the kneeling down in America? Seriously, what do Americans think about it?
I think the kneeling down thing just means that they're unhappy with some process in American politics, something that's happening that they don't agree with. But I would never kneel down before the flag. I think that, for myself, my father was in the Marine Corps for 25 years. He fought in 2 foreign wars, and at 90 years old, he deserves a lot of respect, as do a lot of other veterans who sacrifice their life or part of their life to better our lives here in America. I think this flag stands for a lot, not just freedom, but our ability to achieve our total goal that we want in life. I don't think anybody should have to kneel down before anybody.
That's right. Including the flag, right?
I stand up and I put my hand over my heart and I praise the flag. I praise the Constitution.
Exactly.
I'm a patriot. I love my country, and I love for what it stands for.
Yeah. So the kneel down basically say
It's a sign of disrespect.
Pelosi is showing disrespect to some.
She's a very despicable and disrespectful person. She doesn't show any respect for the office of the presidency, let alone the American flag. So I don't have any respect for Nancy Pelosi, as far as I'm concerned. She's a career politician, as is people like Biden and Schumer. They never built companies that put people to work. They just bash Trump and all the other hardworking Americans that are out there trying to earn a living and help people have a better life. So as far as I'm concerned, she can just go away. I don't really know enough about Black Lives Matter to make an informed comment, but I think what I saw during the 2016 and the protests by Black Lives Matter, I didn't agree with what they were protesting against. I really praise and love the police and law enforcement across the country as I do the military. Yeah, I agree. You know, there needs to be African American rights, but not just for African Americans, for all people, all races here in America.
So another question, I see some police also kneel down to people, try to persuade people. So they're showing respect or they're showing sorrow. What are they trying to do?
Well, I think in those cases they're trying to bridge the gap. You know, on one side you have law enforcement, on the others you have those who don't like law enforcement. There has to be some middle ground because we need law enforcement in this country. If there's no law enforcement, then it's just lawless. And lawlessness leads to chaos and violence. My opinion is that we need law enforcement and we should respect the law.
Yeah, otherwise who's going to protect us?
That's right. It'll just turn into armed vigilantes. People will arm themselves. There'll be more violence, more killings. It's just a path we don't need to be going down.
OK， 这就是今天的播报，我希望您喜欢。如果你喜欢的话，请订阅我的频道、点赞，并且帮助分享。我也希望听到您的意见，请给我留言。感谢您的收看，加油！